Coming up on the next episode of the Celsius Pod.
See, I'm waiting for them to make a movie in live action that simply does not work.
It felt like predictable Pixar, and it didn't feel anything like interesting. I think there hasn't been anything really interesting coming from Pixar since maybe.
So again, I kind of said in my review, I think the funniest part of the situation was that he had people in his ear saying they had to stop the concert, and instead of stopping the concert, he brought Drake out and kept performing.
Welcome, episode 130ers. 131ers.
131.
Well, no, because everyone came from episode 130 because it was so good. And so
they kept watching.
So we're calling this generation of people the 130ers.
Oh, I see. And it was my special, so I'm technically the father of these children.
What's the weather like?
Yeah.
That's a good question.
We only need one this time.
No, Uri, what's your weather right now? You're in New York, right?
It's 60 degrees.
It's also
What's
60 degrees because
right
I am where you are, Nicola.
I think he's in Ithaca. I'm not gonna lie.
Nah.
Yeah.
I don't think this guy knows where he is.
Would you have imagined, like, after going to college, you've had to say the word Emerson so much? You've said that too many times in your life because after going to college, I've realized I never want to say the word Ithaca ever again. I've said it too much. I've said way too much. So I can only imagine you feel the same way about the word Emerson.
No, Emerson is easier to say, bro.
Yeah,
Ithaca's
at least you guys
to
don't have to say Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University, located in Daytona Beach, Florida. Every time you have to talk about
Speaking of Daytona,
I don't think you have to say the whole thing.
No, that's the full name of it.
Did you just say ER?
I don't think you need to do that.
No, it would be ERAU actually.
Is it PR or ER?
If you ERAU.
I think it's PU.
Anyway, Beck,
We're truly a revolutionary
Beck, do you have a little
podcast,
story for us about your job that I heard you might want to share?
yeah, no, the job's going great. Lasted a whole
So, Beck,
1
tell
week.
us what happened with your job.
Beck.
So I show up.
Well, Beck, give us the context of what your job is.
Okay, my job is film camp counselor for like 7 to 11-year-olds. Indeed.
Indeed.com.
Wow.
These are not necessary details.
I'm just building the world.
Okay. So I show up to work day 1, and there are 18 kids and like 3 counselors. And then 4 random people who aren't on the list just show up. So we add them to the list, and now we're at 22 students. So I'm like, okay, we can manage this. It's 7 per counselor. This is manageable. We're doing
Perfectly
good.
manageable.
Tuesday, we lose one of the counselors. So now it's 2 counselors managing 11 children.
That's a
11 to 1 ratio.
That's awesome.
And, you know, it's like dealing with kids, but it's not just dealing with kids regularly. It's like making sure they don't break the film equipment, making sure they're actually filming and making sure that they don't like punch each other.
That's necessary. You should just let kids drop cameras. It builds character.
It does really build character. Do you know how many cameras I've dropped and broken and have been in debt for 1,000 million years?
Probably like 20.
Yeah. So all that happens. And then eventually on day 2, I'm realizing, wait, I've been working like an 8-hour shift. When do I get my breaks? Because like technically they like say you have a lunch break where it's an hour just watching the kids. But that's not a break because you still have to be watching the kids and make sure they don't like throw themselves off the playground. So I reached out to my boss. My boss is like, I don't know. I'll ask my boss. So he asked his boss. I emailed the boss.
The big boss?
The owner of the company. So I emailed the owner of the company and I'm like, And I'm like, hey, you're breaking like all of these laws.
Did you
Read
really?
the exact
Um,
email.
Did you
can I get
really
my
fucking
breaks?
say you're breaking laws?
Yes, he sent the California laws and he said, I am entitled to
I
breaks.
cited the specific
Like, you
laws.
did legal research?
California Labor Code 556. I used ChatGPT to ask me to tell me what the
Who came
laws
up
are.
with fake laws
Oh.
just to get it, of course.
I double checked. They are real. They are real laws. So I go to that, and then eventually, like, this guy comes back to me, he's like, "Hey, sorry, this is news to me that you guys need breaks." And I'm like, "Bro, you've been running this
Wait,
camp,
Beck,
you told us for
I want
20
you-
years."
Did he actually say? What did he say actually?
I'll find the exact response because it was 2 sentences. It was only 2 sentences. He like sent it from his phone. Let me find it. But yeah, it was way too much. Like, if this is like shown in court, he's like so fucked.
So Beck, I think we can gather that this is I assume a scam company you might be working for?
It was a pyramid scheme.
Okay. He responded, "Thanks for sending this over. Some of this is new information to me.
Oh, the labor laws are very
Be sure to take your breaks tomorrow. Nothing about how to take the breaks, and if I'm just leaving my counselor managing 22 kids for a half hour. So I sent him clarification questions, responds to none of them.
Makes sense.
And then eventually he gets back to me, he's like, "Hey, so, you gave me this advice on what to do, like actually like implementing breaks. I'm gonna talk to my lawyer. We'll figure all this out."
He said, "I'm gonna talk to my lawyer."
Who's his
He
lawyer,
said,
bro?
Of course, bro.
he said, at this point, I will take advice from my lawyer on how to proceed.
So
I was like, how do
Um,
I deal with this employee? Well, he seems to be getting a lawsuit together, so let's only have him speak to my lawyer from now on.
Yeah. And then that's when I finished like my first week. And then I eventually I text some of the other counselors that I met at training. They're like, "Yeah, we also aren't getting breaks. That's weird." So now he has to deal with like
Beck,
8
did you
other people
fucking
asking for
unionize
breaks.
a fucking strike for this fucking camp?
Basically, yeah. he did.
Yeah. And then I'd also found out that of the original 18 people that were at the training 2 weeks before this, 9 of them have already left. So they've
awesome.
lost half the company. The other half are unionizing. So yeah. And then eventually I decided after my first week, this is not really worth it for me because this company is literally falling apart.
Yeah. Exactly what you
So
want to hear.
I decided to just quit. Take the win. I got like $200 in missed break pay. So I guess that was semi
In
worth
addition
it.
to what else?
In addition to like the other amount of money I made from the
Which would
camp.
be? Tell us your exact pay.
I think in total I walked away with about like 1,200.
And you
Or, like,
don't
a
say
week.
that the white man gets more advantages. You don't.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, I love it when I started this entire story off by saying, "Guys, this is a DEI issue. There's the racism against me. They want to take down the
It's
white
because
men."
of his Serbian heritage.
Yeah. I mean, we are 4 male podcasters. We do need to talk about,
We should talk about how
the problems facing white males.
We should talk about how to further become racist. I don't know.
I don't think
Yeah.
I couldn't come
You
up.
could not think of a way to
Racist,
say that.
sexist, homophobic.
I couldn't get a better way to say that.
So all that's happening, and then like the week after, he like sends out this like document to every single person being like, "Hey, please sign this document if you want to work the hour lunch break." Because what he's trying to do is originally it was like a 7.5 hour shift going from like what was it? It was like 8:30 to 4. So it was like 8 to 11. No, wait. No, it was 9 to 12 was one period. and then 12 to 1 was lunch, and then 1 to 4 was another period. So what he just did was he's like, okay, we'll just take them off shift for that 1 hour to make it 2 3-hour shifts so they don't need to get breaks. But the problem is no one was signing the lunch agreement. So the CEO had to start randomly like cold texting people being like, hey, can you please sign this document so that we actually have people to be watching these kids for an hour?
Why don't they just get like hire one extra person to only do that?
I don't know. That would be a really good idea. But yeah. So that's all the development so far. I basically left and I was like, hey, make sure to reach out to him and tell him about missed break pay. Because every single person who's worked at the camp for, I looked at the laws, the statute of limitations is 3 years.
How long has this camp been going on?
20
years.
That's pretty crazy.
20 years.
Just told me about labor laws.
Just now, it's so weird.
Quite strange.
I mean, guys, it's an honest
And
mistake.
he even has a lawyer on retainer, and he never heard of it. It's crazy. You think the lawyer might have
I'm
told
like,
him.
bro, just have one guy look over this, and you save yourself so much time.
Beck, maybe he did look it over, and he was like, maybe because we're hiring teenagers and young adults, they wouldn't think that hard. And they wouldn't care about having breaks.
Except they're going up against the guy that fought against his video production teacher for 2 straight
So
years.
true.
So,
You remember the laws?
no one beats Beck Lions.
That situation about free speech and journalism.
Bro, yeah, no, we bring up the laws, we bring up the student handbook.
The video production situation is crazy.
Academic dishonesty policy.
Yeah.
Back,
We were like getting on every
all
front.
I'm saying is that if you were a good worker, you wouldn't have asked for a break.
True.
So it just sounds like you were.
Yeah,
If you were thinking about the most, I think if you were thinking of the more important things, which is your shareholder value, this never would have happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, I should know. You just forgive him. Just work like the rest of the summer
Why
free.
are you being a perfectly good American, getting rid of all your
I mean, the Gen Zs just don't
Beck,
want to work
Beck,
now. They just like
Beck, you need to be a perfect American. You gotta get rid of all your DI policies. You gotta love AI. You gotta do all your work with AI. You gotta.
He does love AI. Where do you think he found out what the laws were?
Yeah, you gotta watch only white American pure patriotic movies. You gotta promote.
Okay, this is sounding.
now which movies are you talking about?
Well, I'll be glad to tell you. Now let's start off with Elio.
Okay, real question before we start.
This is literally not a
When
white
was the last
American
time
movie.
we had an actual episode? Because I feel like I'm a little bit behind on like looking at my letterbox.
So Nicola, the last movie that you talked about on your letterbox was Phoenician.
Okay, so I do have quite a few to talk about.
Yeah, do we want to get Nicola's singles out of
Since
the
a
way?
lot of them
so we don't have
are
to listen to
a lot of them
anymore?
are doubles up.
But let's do like let's start off with a small
Yeah.
Elio warm up.
Sure, we can start with Elio.
Oh yeah, Elio group warm up.
So Elio, the new Pixar movie, is very, very much a movie that was made and released in the year of
It was a
2025.
Pixar movie, which means it was a pretty good movie. But again, Pixar has kind of, I think, it's partly, I think they've sort of somewhat fallen off, and also partly we are no longer the target audience. We just aren't kids anymore. So
Yeah.
I think Aiden Shoemaker had the best note on it, where it's the space parts of Elio were the worst. Like,
Can someone
the best parts are when he was like at the camp, and then like when he like crashed down back on Earth and he was like talking with
can
his
someone
aunt.
quickly explain what Elio's about?
So Elio
So-
is about this boy who has autism very clearly, and he has
Face.
no friends, and so he wants to get abducted by aliens.
well, because his
so
parents
then
are
he
dead.
gets
You have to remember his parents are dead.
Because his parents are dead. So then he gets abducted, and they're like, you're the leader of Earth. And he's like, definitely. So then it all goes wrong, he tries to fight the bad guy with words.
You forgot about
but
the
it doesn't
entire
work,
bonding experience he had with the crew.
So then he steals the kid, and then they hang out, and they're like, "Wow, autistic people really bond with each other. Wow." And so then the climax of the movie happens, and he realizes that his aunt loved him the whole time.
And the alien guy realizes his dad loved him the whole time.
Wow.
It's a real.
And
it's
some
a
story about people love you despite your differences.
very inaccurate.
If only there was a movie that was the same kind of messaging, but a little bit better. Whoa.
And what movie might that be?
Well, hopefully, I don't know. We'll find out later.
I would say this.
If only it came out on the same day.
We'll find out later.
We'll find out later,
Anyway,
I guess. Yeah.
I wanna say this about Elio. I think ultimately it was Pixar. It was not a bad movie by any means. It had a nice story. I'm glad they did something original in a while, especially since we're not going to get a lot of original Pixar stories anytime soon. With Toy Story 5,
True.
a potential Ratatouille 2 I'm hearing in the works.
Which, yeah, I saw that, which is like, why? Ratatouille is like such a good open-close story. It does not need a sequel.
Yeah, and it's just kind of disappointing that where Elio actually landed for being in an original story. I'm glad that they're making more original stories, but I'm just glad it just felt predictable, you know? It felt like predictable Pixar, and it didn't feel anything like interesting. I think there hasn't been anything really interesting coming from Pixar since maybe, I don't know, Soul. That was the last real one I can remember that felt original to me.
I mean, I liked Luca. I like Turning
Luca was
Red.
pretty good. Turning Red wasn't my favorite, I gotta say.
That's fair. I like.
And I mean,
Luca.
Inside Out 2 movie of the year. So
That's just not true. He's just lying.
I that's also not. Yeah. What are you talking about, bro?
But it just feels like kind of a sad moment for Pixar because I feel like they're just playing it a little too safe. Like it felt like Elio was just all the right pieces, you kind of knew where everything was going throughout the entire movie, and there was nothing really that was interesting that much about the movie. Elio as a character, he's fine. I think what I think is interesting about this movie is that there are no like real standout characters, right? There's no
Yeah, not even the main character just isn't fleshed out enough.
He's too. They make him because like his thing is like he's the autism allegory, right? Like that's what he's supposed to have, but he's also like so boring.
Yeah.
Like that's his only character trait, and they only use it sometimes.
And he had like a different version of him in the movie, like this clone Elio, and that was a much more fascinating character than Elio himself, I'm gonna say, because he had some more life to him. Elio, I felt almost as a character lacked a lot of just kind of like interesting agency. I know he did go out on like his venture, but I just felt like he didn't do much. He was like too shy.
He felt like, I don't know. He felt like he was written by AI, just like how tame he was as a character.
No, it's because it's like
they didn't do anything.
He's supposed to be different, but he isn't that different from just a normal ass
He's supposed to be different, but he's the most boring character.
But he is. His only thing that makes him really unique is that his parents are dead, and that's like something that we have seen before.
Like I feel like a character like he's too similar to other child Pixar characters.
Exactly.
He's too similar to like Miguel or the Good Dinosaur, or like even Luca. He's too similar to any of these characters.
Notice how you can't even remember his name.
Honestly.
Who? The Good Dinosaur?
Honestly.
The Good Dinosaur.
This movie felt like a poor man's Lilo and Stitch.
Yes, that too. It felt like Lilo and Stitch mixed with Home, mixed with like 3 other Pixar movies, mixed with like 4 other DreamWorks movies, smushed together.
Also, Aiden, you add in the live action Lilo and Stitch in the mix.
Right, yeah. Just a little sprinkle of it. Just
make it a little bit worse.
Sprinkle of it. Yeah, speaking of live actions that make things worse, you guys all saw the How to Train Your Dragon.
We did all see it except for
remake.
you.
Yeah.
except for me, because I never saw the original, and I'm still crashing out about Lilo and Stitch. So quite frankly, I didn't
Well,
want to go see
honestly,
that one.
So,
it was pretty good.
I would explain it. It's good because it's basically just the original.
Yeah.
It's just they didn't really change anything.
Yeah.
They changed like they removed a couple things that like just because it's not animated they couldn't really do, but other than that it's basically just the original story. So that's why it's good.
And I can take it from someone who hasn't seen the
Yeah,
original
I mean-
and has only seen the live action, which is kind of interesting. I've had Lilo and Stitch like that, and now How to Train Your Dragon. So maybe I'll watch the animated one soon. But I would say just watching it just from purely a theatrical standpoint, it felt like if I didn't know there was like the original animated series, I thought it was like a pretty good like fantasy series. But I can also put the reference point of the perspective that it's just the original. And I can assume that it's just like because Beck and Nicola, I assume it's just like it hits all the same points. That
It's essentially the exact
Yeah,
same
it is
story.
literally like 1-to-1.
Like it's essentially almost 1-to-1.
which kind of brings into the point the idea of like I think a good live action, it keeps the spirit of the same thing. But then you get to the idea like, okay, if it just is the same thing, then what's the point? Kind of rendering all live actions inherently useless. Because it's always going to be kind of a lose-lose situation with the live action. Like, you go too far from straying from it, it's just different from the entire concept. You go too similar, it's just the same thing. Why would I want to watch the same thing, but kind of worse? I don't know.
Yeah, I thought this was on the extreme of too similar. Like, just the entire time I wanted to be watching the original.
Basically, yeah. I mean, that's like the issue with them.
because like
You see, that's kind of the dichotomy of like if you make it live action and you just copy the original story, then it's like why would you have even made it? But if you change the story, then it's not going to be. It's most times not as good as the original, which is why the solution is to just make original stories and stop recreating stuff in live action.
But I would say there is like some sort of fun novelty aspect to the kind of the idea of like a live action, but the novelty kind of wears off pretty fast. But this one,
See,
yeah,
I'm waiting for them to make a movie in live action that simply does not work. Like on a very like Disney's obviously done that and How to Train, but like I want one that fundamentally will never work on like I want like Shrek.
Yeah.
Shrek would fundamentally never work live action. Just like
Yeah.
inherently.
yeah.
Right?
because there's not a single human character, I think.
You know, has there ever been like a
What?
No, actually, Beck,
Hold on,
wait,
hold
sorry,
on.
yeah, Beck, that's just
Beck,
wrong.
Hold on.
Beck, that's just wrong.
Beck,
It
what are
took
you
me a second
talking
to
about?
process what he said because it was so stupid.
wait, I spaced out for a second. What did he say?
Name one
Fiona,
human
Farquaad,
character in Shrek.
Fiona, most of that entire
Harold,
kingdom.
Yeah, all of the people in Far, Far Away. Prince Harold, the Queen, Fairy Godmother, Prince
Okay,
Charming.
those are from 2. You're stretching into 2.
We
Okay.
already
Do
named
you
a
think
couple
they
from
wouldn't
one.
make Shrek 2, Beck?
Nah, I think they do Shrek 1.
They would make
Beck,
both. If-
Human.
I'm talking Shrek 1.
What about Madagascar?
Okay,
like-
Oh yeah, no,
like
that
something
one.
like something like Lion King. The animals are not anthropomorphic in that movie, but Madagascar.
What about
is.
Ice Age?
Yeah, that wouldn't work. Oh, it would work more because they're I actually want to see that. Actually, I like that one.
But what's interesting is that has there ever been like a Disney? What about we go reverse? Has there ever been like a movie live action that was animated?
I doubt it. I extremely doubt it.
No, because Uri, those are only the direct to DVD sequels that are bad. That's what those are. Or like sequel animated shows
Yeah.
that are bad. Okay, some like Star Wars gets like that. But like I don't know. It would I don't know. Oh, Lord of the Rings has the War.
Lord of the Rings, yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess.
I
don't know. It's just a confusing topic.
It's a confusing topic. It's a really interesting film topic, I would say, in general. Just the idea of the live actions. It's kind of like a newer concept in like kind of like the recent years, because like
Less than a newer concept. I think it's just like the trend. I think it's more of a trend than a concept.
I think it's something that's been existing for a while of adaptation, but this is the latest version of it. And
Yeah, I can see how you can say that.
But I think it's just a fascinating topic to delve into more, because they're not going to stop making live actions. So I'm really excited. Aiden, what about like a Tangled?
I'm gonna say
Tangled live action. What do you think about that?
I want to let me look at just like, hold on. Disney movies. Let me just like look at a list, like a good strong list of animated Disney movies.
Because Aiden, I don't know if you're aware of this. There was a show called Once Upon a Time, and they had Frozen live action characters from
right.
the
Here's the thing. A lot of these movies, no one's gonna go and see. They've made all the popular movies already.
I think they're gonna go.
True.
I think they're gonna start bridging to more recent years, like kind of like Frozen, Tangled. Guys,
but still, no one's gonna want to see any, like, okay, Tangled and Frozen, sure, but no one's gonna want to see Raya live action.
Yeah.
I doubt anyone's gonna see Encanto.
I would say
live action.
Encanto maybe.
No, I mean, I can see them
Encanto
maybe
probably
doing
would.
it, but I don't think
Guys,
people
I
would
just
really
had the most
want to see it.
disturbing idea ever.
Live action.
Live
Pixar.
action
Yeah.
Utopia.
How?
They'll come
How would they do
eventually.
that?
I know
That's
it's gonna come eventually.
disturbing.
They're all humans.
But like, it's such a okay. Zootopia is like a really clear like race allegory.
They just
how
have,
do they?
they
do
just
that?
they fucking Lion King it, you know? There's like really
They just make.
this really realistic, and it's just like they're just you see a real bunny just standing on its like legs.
Did they just make all the prey animals played by minorities and all the predators played by white people?
Like, I don't know. All I can think of is like they go. Maybe they. No. I don't know what they could even make.
Exactly. I like they're
next.
kind of running
'Cause
out.
They've run out of movies. They've run out of movies. I think
It's a catch.
they have to
It's a
branch out.
catch-22. They have to either branch out or start making original movies again.
I think they're gonna make Pixar
Hmm.
movies. I think that's what they might do soon.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, that's really all they can do.
Or they start remaking bad movies. Like we're gonna see like Great Mouse Detective coming up soon or some
Yeah.
shit like that. Just like the forgotten ones that I don't know.
It's an interesting topic.
I wouldn't be opposed to Pixar live actions.
I would be
honestly.
opposed.
I mean, I am opposed
I would
to
say-
it, but I would like to see how they
Here are the
do
one-
it. Again,
Let's go through the
Yeah.
ones we want for a Pixar live action. I think
if it had
if
to
it had to
come
come
to
to
it,
it, I think you know what would be really interesting? Ratatouille.
I want Toy
Ratatouille.
Story. Ratatouille
Ratatouille is
would
kind
be
of already live action, though. It would just be a CGI mouse.
It would just be a CGI mouse. That would actually be so boring.
Yeah, it would basically
But
just
it would be like
Yeah.
everything
Ratatouille,
everywhere
but with a
all
CGI
at once,
mouse.
you know?
Just like the
look,
one part of
okay.
everywhere, all at once.
All right,
I guess.
I have the list of Pixar movies open. We're gonna say yay or nay, and we'll make a comprehensive. Let me grab a piece of paper and. Okay, so first movie on the docket is Toy Story. Would we like to see this one in live action?
Probably, I
Sure.
guess. Out of all, I mean, if they would be.
It's the one that they're most
Toy
likely
Story,
to do.
I feel like that
so.
just it would
so-
be, what? That's so weird. They're toys though.
Yeah,
Let's just have the
they
toys.
are. Brie.
That's so weird. They're lions.
It's so weird.
I don't think
They don't.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing, Uri. They're real life objects. It's the easiest one to do.
True.
Well, right?
If the CGI isn't too bad.
Yeah, it's kind of just like Pinocchio.
It's yeah. All right. Bugs Life.
Bugs Life would be. How?
You can't do that.
I don't think they could.
No.
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 I don't think
Nah.
they could.
Bugs
I'm
Life
gonna
is
say
low-key
no for
kind of
now.
good. I feel like it's a slept-on Pixar movie. But I just don't think you could do it live action. They're all insects. How would you?
Yeah.
How can you do it other than
It's
animated?
just another Lion King. It's just another Lion
Exactly,
King.
which is then like nobody wants to see like normal ass ants and crickets fighting.
Actually, that's
Yeah,
kind of awesome though.
Just watch a nature documentary at that point.
Uri, I have great news for you. There's a nature documentary on Disney Plus called Bugs Life, narrated by Aquafina. You're gonna love it.
Yeah. We all know Uri's the biggest Aquafina
Those bugs,
fan.
what are you talking about?
Yeah. All right. Next, I'm skipping sequels for now. Monsters Inc. Again, I think we run into the issue of this is just gonna be a CGI mess.
Exactly.
This
Once
would
it
look
becomes
disgusting
Yeah.
to watch. This would be
Yeah.
disgusting to
Yeah.
see.
Like what makes them charming instead of horrifying is the fact that they're animated and not like realistic monsters.
Exactly.
Wait. I got the
Yeah.
perfect image for this.
It better be something that I know that I think that I know what you're gonna bring up.
Hey, boo. Hey, boo. Wait, we just like a really creepy. Hey, boo.
Hey, bro.
I hope he doesn't say that. Next one, Finding Nemo. That sounds terrible.
Yeah.
That would just be again just another documentary basically.
I'm starting to notice that maybe they were made to be
It's
animated,
almost
so they should
maybe
stay
that's
that
almost
way.
like why
Right.
Pixar movies are kind of better.
Beck,
All
it
right,
can't be
hear
that.
me out now. Hear me out now. Incredible.
I think you can do Incredibles.
Out of
Ah,
all
that
of
could
them,
work.
Incredibles is
That
like
could
the
work.
most likely to work.
Yeah, no, that
Just
one.
because then
that
it would
one
just
works.
be a superhero
That
movie.
one works.
It would literally just be a superhero movie.
I would
Exactly.
actually.
It would just look like an
I-
MCU.
actually-
It would just be a new The Marvel.
It would be kind of interesting, though. I think.
Guys, who wants to go and see the new
yeah.
Marvel, the new Incredible? Who wants to go
So-
watch the new Incredible?
The new Marvel.
All
Guys, we need to see the new I heard that new Marvels.
All right. Cars.
No.
Cars would be kind of awesome if they just had just normal ass cars driving around, but at the same time, again, it would just be a CGI.
Do you
mess,
want
I
to see
think.
those CGI realistic eyes on real cars?
No, I'm
Nicola?
thinking if they just do just normal ass cars, they're just cars with people inside.
Then
They
they
do
can't
normal.
What
emote.
if they kind of
Okay, but they didn't do that in
Wait,
Lion
what
King.
if they
so
kind
I
of
don't know.
Okay.
for cars? What if they kind of like they Sonic it, where it's kind of animated, but still kind of live
No.
action? You know.
What I'm saying is it's just normal ass cars with people inside the cars, and the people inside the cars are the ones talking.
We're gonna give Cars a maybe.
A maybe, yeah. I think a maybe.
I'm gonna give it a
goes in
no.
maybe. I think a maybe is a good spot
We're
for
going
it.
into maybe.
Depends
All
how
right,
it's executed.
next.
Not gonna
Depends
work.
how it's executed.
All right, Ratatouille.
Again, it would just basically just be live action. It's already basically
We're
almost
gonna
is.
say no.
I would
for
say
that
no
one.
because then there's just no point. Ratatouille is like the most
Yeah.
like realistic movie already, so it's like, what's the
Okay,
point?
here we have a kind of a solid line of like 3 movies that I think would work.
Well, I know there's one coming. There's one
first-
coming up that I think. Oh wait, I forgot about the other aspect of it. Never mind.
So I think Wally.
I think
would
Wally
work.
would
I'd
work
like
because
to
like
see
I
that.
think
Wally
just having
would
a
work because
just,
that's kind of
Yeah.
the point of Wally.
just having a robot.
There already is some live action in Wally.
That's true. No, but we swapped that for animation, and then everything else
Holy
is live
shit!
action.
Holy shit! That would be
funny.
so fire.
I'm putting Wally as number 1.
Guys, what if
contender
we just
because
did that? What if we just made
We
live
make
action
the Wally
What's
live
next?
action.
I think live action Wally
We're
is
gonna
number
need
1.
Uri. We're gonna need 80
No,
copies
I
of
definitely
Uri
think-
to play
I
fat people.
definitely no, it would just be you back. What?
Nah.
Okay, so is the next one Brave?
The next one is Up,
Up
which
Up
I
works.
which I think would
Up
also
It would
work.
work, but I think it's another case like Ratatouille where it's like,
Already realistic.
what's kind of the point?
Well,
Yeah,
But what you think? There's more animals.
There's more animals.
true.
I think with the amount of talking dogs and having like Kevin be real would be
But
kind
Kevin
of cool.
would just be a golden
And, like,
retriever, though.
You know.
That's Doug. Doug is the
Also,
golden retriever.
Kevin's
Kevin
the
is
bird.
the bird.
Kevin's the bird.
What's
right,
funny
right.
about Carl is that he's kind of like a short and stubby little guy. You can't get that in human, really.
Just have Danny DeVito play
guess you
him.
could.
What?
Yeah, have Danny DeVito play him. Have Wallace Shawn play him.
You know who
I
looks
don't
like
know. I think Up would work. I would like to see that one, quite frankly.
Okay, what's next?
Yeah, I'd say yay. Yay to up. Up could work.
Yay to Up. All right. Next is
Brave
Braver.
It's
works.
also because like
I
the
think
locations is
Brave-
yay up.
Brave this one's a definite. This is a double thumbs up. I think this is the one I think that would function the best.
I think just because
Considering-
Brave
Yeah,
is
they're
so-
they're basically
But then
all
the
human.
bear-
and then they
yeah.
turn
considering
into
Brave
bears,
is
yeah.
Brave as like Merida has found her way into the Disney princess lineup while arguably not being a Disney princess.
Yeah, because she's made by like the
I
other
feel like-
productions.
I feel like this is gonna be the one that they do. If they pull from Pixar, I think Brave is the
I
first one
don't
they
think
pull.
Brave would be. Really think they would do like Toy Story because it's the most well known.
They would do Toy Story.
They would do Toy
It's
Story, but I
it's
think
where the
that
most
Brave-
money is at.
It's true, but I think Brave would work very well. It's at least like first 5 they pick is Brave.
There's
Now we're on a track of movies that we can just. Okay, so
Inside Out is a very confusing one for
No.
me. But the thing is,
No.
you got the human part.
No.
But what do I want to watch Amy Poehler in like glowing like things? Be like, I'm Joy.
No, that
What if? Hear me out. We just make the human part live action and leave the original animated inside.
no, I don't think
scenes.
that would work.
That's just the same movie.
Most of it takes place inside the head, Aiden. You know that.
Like
Oh,
90%.
so that one's a
of it,
no,
yeah,
I think. Next, The Good Dinosaur.
Oh, absolutely. I'd want to see a real ass dinosaur.
We get like a
Yeah.
Jurassic Park kind of dinosaur.
Only if it's like they actually make the dinosaurs real. Like if they actually genetically breed dinosaurs, then I think it would work.
Okay, we're gonna give.
Yeah,
that
they
one a
also
maybe.
genetically breeded talking lions. You know, that was great.
So we're gonna give that
Exactly.
one a maybe. It seems.
No, but that's why Lion King failed, is because they didn't do that, Beck.
Next is Coco. That would look terrible.
They-
No.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
the
yeah.
skeletons. Oh yeah.
I mean,
Wait, they kind of did that kind
Yeah.
of like Beetlejuice, kind of.
Yeah, but I feel like
I don't
the
know.
Dia de los Muertos vibe is like not gonna be.
It's hard.
well
That's like the part is
transferred,
it's so stylized. Once you get to these films that are like so
Yeah.
stylized, it's really hard to recreate it realistically. That's like the point of them
Yeah.
being stylized.
but- Yeah. So I'm gonna say no to Coco. Next is Onward.
No.
They could do Onward. They could do
probably
Onward.
do
I don't know. It
Onward.
just feels
They
too
could do it.
weird.
They could do
Okay.
it. Onward is the most like this
All right,
isn't a
this
Pixar
isn't-
movie. This is a generic.
This isn't
movie,
exactly-
right.
This isn't
Yeah.
exactly should they do it? It's can they do it? I
Yeah.
feel like, and this is definitely they can.
They can do that.
They should not do any
Yeah.
of these.
They shouldn't do any of these, but I'd like to see them try.
It's-
Onward, we'll give a yes to.
Yeah.
Now we have the COVID lineup of Soul, Luca, and
I don't know how
Red,
they.
And I
I think they
I
could do
don't know-
all of these.
I think they can do all three.
Don't know if they could do Soul because there's like a lot of like ethereal stuff.
But I think they could do just CG
Maybe.
it. Do you know how many movies
That
I've
is
seen of
true.
a guy and a
That is-
cat? So many movies of a guy and a cat.
True.
Have you seen Garfield? They're just making Garfield. And then Luca seems very easy. They made Little Mermaid, and they could
make
and
Luca.
then it's everything else.
Yeah.
Is
I actually would
people.
like. I would
And
like
then
to
I
see a
think-
Luca try.
I think
I 100% think they could do
again,
Luca.
I
They
think
could
this
do
kind of
Luca
shows
easy.
more the failings of the modern Pixar movies. Is the fact that they can do it live action shows that they haven't been like stylized or unique enough to be as good.
Actually, that's a very interesting
Nicola,
take,
you just
Nicola.
did some amazing
I'll-
film criticism, and I applaud you for that.
Oh, thank you. I think I'm
Wow.
trying to improve.
That was great. Turning Red, I think they could also do.
That's because
There's
it's
very little that
basically
they-
other than the Bears. It's the same as like Brave, basically. Other than the Bears.
Next is Lightyear. They could do Lightyear.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
could.
oh my God.
It
100%,
already
bro.
is just normal ass people.
Yeah, it's just
Again, this shows
Yeah,
this shows the failings of Lightyear because it's not unique enough.
Lightyear is a triple check mark, frowny face. That's for
bad
Lightyear.
movie.
Next is
They
Elemental.
can't do that. They
No.
can't.
I
At
don't
least
They
think
they'll
that-
have
100% cannot
stylized
do
enough.
Elemental.
Yeah.
No, the fact that literally every single character is meant to physically embody the element, it's impossible to do that live action.
Yeah. But is it possible to do it CG?
No,
Not
no.
well without
All right.
current
And the
abilities.
last one,
Is it
bringing it full
Elio?
circle, is
Yeah.
Elio. They can do Elio.
They
Yes.
could do Elio, yeah.
They
They
definitely
could
could
do
do
Elio.
Elio.
Definitely do Elio.
So easy. They did it with live action Lilo and
Basically,
Stitch.
yeah.
So that's our list.
And now I have to talk about my
That's
couple
the
singles.
list.
So
that's
Okay.
the list, everyone.
Everyone gets like a minute per each single.
sure. Okay, but basically most of my singles are just recaps because I was just catching up for our 2025 movies. So Dogman, actually a good
yeah.
animated movie. G20, a shitty movie. A
True.
couple documentaries I'm gonna skip. I'll go back to those later. Actually no, those are okay. Everything else is actually spoilers.
Do them now.
Untold Liver King. Sorry, that's it was really fun.
Oh
Yes, I
yeah,
watched. It was a documentary. I watched it. It was actually.
right in time for the
I watched it
amazing news
partly
on
because I
domestic
need to mention
terrorism.
and that, and I mean, I said this in my review. The documentary starts with him pretending to shoot a guy, so I don't think it was that surprising that he got arrested.
Honestly, can we just talk about this for 1 second? It is hilarious that he got arrested for making terroristic threats against Joe Rogan, and he was arrested.
Because like his whole thing about guys, peace, guys, we need peace in the
No,
world.
He was
Joe Rogan, I will
tribalism.
murder
His
you.
entire thing was tribalism.
Yeah.
He said, people back in the day, they would literally kill each other, and I'm gonna do that to Joe Rogan.
He is literally like a few days away from becoming an extremist.
I think he has been an extremist ever since he was
Yeah.
eating raw meats and running every morning hunting animals.
Eating those bull testicles,
Yeah.
He was arrested on his way to
Yeah.
Austin, which is where Joe Rogan lives.
I thought he got arrested.
I feel
in
so
Austin.
bad for that. I feel so bad for the guy that made the Liver King documentary and video production. He must be in tears,
Edward
bro.
Corpus
His
must have been
hero.
like, damn, bro. This is not funny at all.
Anyway, what else did you watch, Nicola?
Another documentary I watched was Trainwreck, holy fuck.
Trainwreck.
Trainwreck.
Trainwreck, the
Tragedy.
Astro.
So again, I kind of said in my review, I think the funniest part of the situation was that he had people in his ear saying they had to stop the concert, and instead of stopping the concert, he brought Drake out and kept performing. So that was kind of funny. And
How many
honestly,
people died in Astroworld?
it was, I think at the end, 9 people.
That's like a crazy amount
Oh my
for like a
God.
concert.
And they kind of broke it down in the documentary. It's because of the way they had the main thing. They had the stage where all the secondary performers, and then the main stage where Travis Scott was performing. And there was only one way into the place. And then if you wanted to get, and then you would circle around to get to the other side. So most people just did herd mentality and all squeezed together into the one holding area instead of walking around to the other. So just that one holding area was super packed, and that's where all the 9 deaths happened.
So people just got trampled or something?
Basically, because people were moshing because it's a Travis Scott concert, and then people would fall
Yeah.
over, and then because there's so many people, it would be like stacks of 5 people. So if you're at the bottom of the pile, you literally could not breathe because there's people pressed against you, and then they would suffocate and have a heart attack and then not resuscitate.
Was he found legally liable?
They did sue him, and they were
No, but guys, he gave the victims better health.
Yeah.
I mean, or better health.
Guys,
I
I just wanna apologize. They played the entire Instagram story. It was so funny. I
Really?
forgot how bad it was because he's just rubbing his forehead the entire time.
Guys,
But yeah,
I'm sorry.
I mean, it was honestly, I'd still go. I'd still go to Astroworld, even knowing about the deaths. I'd still go personally. I think that it was awesome.
They're
bro.
not doing it again.
They're not
bro.
doing it again. But I'm saying if I could go back in time, I'd go.
Yeah.
I'd still go. It's like that book series, I Would Survive. I survived. blank.
I survived.
I survived.
COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember those. I had one that was I survived the Titanic and I survived the
Is
flood.
there,
Yeah,
there's
I
one
remember
that, there's
the
one
one
that
I-
I
one-
survived 9/11, right?
I don't know about that one. I do know there's I survived Pompeii, and I was like, this is the most surprising because it's Pompeii is everybody died, But then it's also like
Yeah.
Pompeii took like the course of like 2 days before it like actually reached the city. Most people just didn't escape because they didn't know what a volcano was.
What's a volcano?
Exactly.
Why didn't they just hear about Pompeii?
Anyway, so after that, I watched with a couple friends Final Destination
Boom,
Bloodlines.
guys.
Oh, it is true. That's really funny. Anyway,
Wow.
I watched Final Destination Bloodlines. It was all right. It doesn't really follow the other Final Destination
Wait,
movies.
you've seen the other Final Destination movies?
Not really. But I know they all follow the same trend of like somebody has a premonition and then the premonition either comes true or they subvert it. And
This was the
in
last
this movie-
one with Tony Todd, I think, before he died. Or
I don't know. I mean, the effects and the deaths were all fun and it was really fun. It was a fun movie, but like the entire movie revolved around this girl the main character has a dream that her grandmother went up to this super tall restaurant and then everybody fucking at the restaurant died because the entire place exploded, essentially. And then she is like, I can't stop having these nightmares. My school grades are starting to tank. I need to go do something about this. So she tries to find out where her grandmother's living. And everybody in the family is like, do not talk to your grandmother. She is insane. She keeps sending us letters of people's dying and saying it's related to the premonition.
honestly,
to her.
I don't fault them. That sounds like he's being kind of fucking
Yeah, because
crazy.
she is kind of insane. And then, so the daughter's like, okay, but I gotta figure this out.
I
So she
gotta go
drives
talk to her.
So the mom lives in the middle of the woods in an armored bunker surrounded by like blanks. And she says, I'm defending myself against death because death is coming for all of us. And he's an asshole. He's like, death is a person and he's a fucking asshole, bro. And like, I learned how to prevent death. So the way it happened is in the premonition, everybody died in an order, and she is the second to last person in the order to die. And the way it works is it goes through the bloodlines. Get it? It's Final Destination Bloodlines. And it's because all these people were supposed to die, but she saved them because of her premonition. They were supposed to die. So death is coming for them and and wiping them out. And every kid that they have had, they weren't supposed to have those kids because they were supposed to die. So then all their kids die too. So that's the bloodlines get died too. And now everybody before them has died. So now it's just their family. And the daughter is like, I don't really believe you because this is kind of insane. So she leaves, but the grandma's like, I have the book that tells you how to avoid death. Take the book. And she's like, you know what? Fuck it. I have to step outside. So he steps outside and then the wind starts blowing and then a fire extinguisher falls off, flies up and skyrockets one of those like spinny things that shows you which way the wind is flying directly through her face. And she's like, seeing is, and she's like, she walks up to the daughter, the granddaughter gives her the book and says, seeing is believing, and then fucking dies right in front of her. Like she literally does this, that seeing is believing, and then a spike goes through her face and blood splatters all over the main character's face. So, I mean, the deaths are fun in this movie. After that, then it's basically just the daughter is trying to convince the entire family. And they did something kind of funny because they were like, it goes oldest to youngest. So there's like this one guy who's like, I don't believe you at all. He goes to work and then he gets into like the Final Destination Rube Goldberg machine. And then we see that scene and then it's like the next morning and everybody's like, he's not answering his phone. Is he dead? And they're like rushing to go find him. And they're like, we heard his parlor, like because he works at a tattoo shop. He was like, we heard the tattoo parlor burned down. Is he okay? And they run back and he's like, I'm fine. I didn't escape. Like this death thing is a hoax. And then they go back and he's like, this is not gonna happen. And then the sister, who's like the second oldest, walks out and is like, you see, you're driving him crazy. This is not real. And then she dies to getting sucked into a dumpster and fucking getting crushed to death by like one of those compacting death stacks. And the family is like, and the mom is like, so I neglected to say this, but that guy isn't actually biologically part of isn't biologically your son. So that's why he isn't actually the oldest child in the bloodline. The oldest child related by blood was that guy.
How many times do they say blood in this movie?
They don't. I'm saying bloodline all the time.
Listen,
But then they're saying that's the next son. But the main thing with the next person is they was like, okay, there's one person who was who knew about somebody escaping death. We have to find it. And it was the person that's in line after their family. It's like the last person to die in the bloodline. So they go to that person. They're like, the only two ways to do it is to either kill somebody else. And because if you kill somebody else, you take their time. or
So like it's literally just smile.
basically. But here's the thing.
Right?
The thing is, if it says death will not kill you because if you kill somebody else, you will get as much time as they have left. So it came to a couple funny scenes where they're like, "Do we kill a baby? No, that's too far." And they were like, but that brings up the question: if you knew you could do that, could you live forever by just continuously killing people? Like, if death cannot kill you for as long as life is you has taken, can you just keep killing people?
So Dexter Morgan is like
basically,
immortal?
yeah.
That's crazy.
I guess the problem.
But essentially, what they do is like they say, okay, the second way you can do it is if your heart stops and then resuscitates, then technically you did die, so death will no longer come for you. So they try to do that because the guy has a nut allergy. So they give the kid nuts and they make him like go into anaphylactic shock, and then they're like, okay, and then we're gonna resuscitate you. Unfortunately, death does not like it when you try to mess with death. Things get messy. A direct line from the movie or some shit like that. So then the MRI machine turns on. They all get sucked because the guy at the tattoo parlor also is covered in metal. And then they all get sucked into the MRI machine, gets crushed together. And they did the effect practically, actually. So it was kind of awesome. They just had like 2 people to have them split in half, but it was kind of crushed. It was awesome. And then after that, they're like, okay, then all we can do is just do what our grandma did and try to live in the shack for the rest of our lives and not die. So they do that and they try to go to the shack. But when they get to the shack, the mom dies because the mom is like, okay, as long as I don't die, you guys can live as long as you want to. And the mom dies right as they get out there. But the sister, who's the next in line, dies, like drowns and comes back. The brother resuscitates her. So they're like, oh, we're all good now. So then they go to the ending, like the epilogue, and the brother has been wanting to go to prom with this person for a long time that I've been neglecting. So he's going to prom, and the dad of the prom girl is like,
Nicola,
actually,
he
I'm
just
actually
goes
a
to
doctor.
prom after like so many fucking deaths.
After his entire family fucking dies, yes.
Good
So
priority.
his entire family is dead, and he goes to prom, and the prom, and like he's picking up the girl, and the girl's dad is like a doctor, and he's like, well, actually, her heart never stopped, so she didn't actually die. And then there's this penny I neglected to mention, because in the very beginning, all the way from the restaurant, the kid the very thing that started the Rube Goldberg machine was a kid throwing a penny, and the grandma had the penny and she taped it into the book, and that fell out of the book, and a random grandma got it, and then the grandma went to buy lemonade and the penny rolled away, and then it got lodged into some train tracks, so a train derailed, and then the train derails, and they're like, wait a minute, but like while they were saying this, they're saying, wait a minute, I didn't die, and then they're like, notice the wind is picking up and like the signs of the Rube Goldberg machine is happening, so they start running, and then the train starts barreling behind them, and then the train stops, and they're like, oh, we survived this time, and then 2 logs come out from behind the train and crush both of them, and that's how the movie ends. They all die. Nobody survives the movie. Everybody dies. They do not beat death. And then remember that kid who was like next in line after they died? He was actually an old man now. And he was like, all I'm going to do is, because I know after you guys all die, I'm going to die. I'm just going to live the rest of the time I have left happily. So he quit his job and he's just like on the countryside having fun.
Nicola.
Yeah?
Nicola. That guy is in all the other Final
I'd
Lists.
assume so. He's kind of awesome.
He's in all the other ones, and then also he died from like the same cancer he has in the movie.
So you're saying the plot of the movie is real? After the family died, death came for him? Oh, shit.
Oh, no.
Oh, shit. Wait, that's kind of preposterous. All right. That's all my solos. Everything else is something we've watched together. So I guess let's just, start with the Euro trip. Just because.
Wait,
okay,
Wait, no,
I
we have to do our solos.
I remembered something about Elio. I rewatched some of the trailers. All the trailers have shots that aren't in the movie.
Really?
Like, lines of dialogue that just simply aren't in the movie. Like there's, when the aunt sees like the "take us to your leader, please."
Yeah.
In the trailers, that says like "we have Elio" or something, or like the scene when he's on the beach and he's like, "I'm waiting to be abducted," by aliens. That's not in the movie.
No.
There's just a bunch of random scenes that are not in the movie, and it's not like Marvel where they like CGI out like the extra Spider-Man.
They're just like deleted
It's
scenes.
they're just not in the movie at all.
Well, I think I think this probably easier to explain the plot if you have those scenes, you know?
I guess.
At least like in a trailer.
Um,
I
I can
guess.
talk about my kind of just, I think, my one real single. Or I'll talk about you know what? I'm actually going to save the bear for next week after I finish the whole season.
Yeah.
Oh, you haven't
I
finished
think
it?
if we can save some stuff, it might be good. This is going to be a long
specifically
episode.
that one, because we have another
Yeah.
big show to talk about.
Yeah,
or talk about your two singles real
what's
fast,
my two
maybe?
singles?
You have Cha Cha
I didn't
Real
talk about
Smooth
Cha
and
Cha
Bo
Real Smooth.
Burnham.
Okay.
No.
It's been that long.
I'll talk about Cha Cha Real Smooth. So it's this Dakota Johnson movie. And the guy who's playing the main character, I think he wrote and directed the movie. It's a very simple, kind of like a nice, like, simple story kind of movie. It's like there's this guy, and like, you know, he just, I think, graduated from like college, and he wants to like follow his girlfriend, but but he, like, you know, he doesn't really know where to be in life. But and like his mom doesn't really want him to follow his girlfriend. But then like he helps his brother at a bar mitzvah, and like just he starts the party at the bar mitzvah. He's like he hypes up the party, and then he gets a job as like a party starter for a bunch of bar mitzvahs. And then at the first party, he meets Dakota Johnson, who is the mother, who's like the mom of like an autistic girl. And he really warms up to her, and he like kind of like becomes her babysitter actually, and they start really connecting. And but then she also has a husband, a fiance at the time, and she wants to get married to him. And like there's conflict, and it's like a pretty heartwarming movie. I'm not gonna spoil it because I think you guys should watch it. It's pretty nice, pretty like very easy watch, very fun, kind of like, you know, just like a heartwarming little family story. But yeah. It was nice. And then I watched last night. I was like, you know what? I want to watch some like comedy specials because I haven't seen comedy specials like in a while. And so I decided to put one on, and I like Bo Burnham, so I put his. And his is kind of interesting because it's not really a comedy special; it's more of a comedy song special because he does mostly songs. I mean, he does like bits throughout the whole thing, but it's a pretty good special. I don't think it's as good as Inside, but it's like a pretty good one. It's like before, like moving on from the YouTube age he had between like COVID now Inside. It's like I think it was like mid 2010s or something, 2016. Yeah, it was just pretty good. Yeah. Beck, Aiden singles.
I have one.
Yeah, I have a lot, so I'll let Aiden go first.
All right, I rewatched the Muppet Movie. Fire.
You
shit.
did while we were at How to Train Your Dragon.
No, that was not while you were at How to Train Your Dragon. I was playing Peak when you guys were at How to Train Your Dragon. After
Bro,
Euro
you
trip.
literally logged it when we were watching How to Train Your Dragon.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, it's just not true. Yeah.
You're just wrong.
Aiden, Beck,
I watched it in the middle
Beck
of the day.
proving time and time again that he is the dumbest member of the podcast.
Nah.
Aiden, I
about?
wonder, after
Nah.
seeing this movie a lot of times, how has your kind of journey with the movie changed from first when you've seen it to like kind of now? Like I'm just like,
I
how
don't
have you
know.
appreciated the story more? Which characters stand out more as you've seen rewatched it?
I mean, I feel like just like, I don't know. I feel like just the running gags get a lot better when you rewatch it, like the Hare Krishna joke, or like the myth joke. I do definitely think there are better Muppet movies, but I think like again, this is like a really good first one. And the characters are very strong in it, and I don't know. I still really like it. I think what it has going for it is like the music is really good in this movie. I feel like it's very standout above the rest. I mean, all the Muppet movies have good music, but I think this one is just like there's all the songs are like the iconic one.
That's. I mean, I was just curious to know because like I often see that after I've rewatched a favorite of my movie, where I am with the movie kind of changes over time based on how I reflect on each rewatch.
Yeah. I mean, that's why I try to pay attention to different things on rewatches. That way, instead of being like, "Oh, I've seen this again," I can be like, "All right, we're gonna focus on the score, or we're gonna focus on the cinematography, or just like the effects, and just see how like this movie was put together." And then like it usually heightens
After
it when I
rewatching
watch
it like a
that.
few times, can you just put it on as background noise, really, or what?
Probably.
You
But
focus.
if I like it so much, then I'm gonna
Yeah.
watch it.
What else?
That's my only
Beck?
single.
Explode on us, baby.
All right, my time, baby.
Doubt
All
us,
right.
bro.
So,
doing?
on the 20th, I rewatched Summer
We do
Belongs
not
to You
need
because I
dates.
found out it
I'm
was
just
this.
gonna say, Beck, already, we do not
The date is important because it was the summer solstice.
It is the summer solstice. He is right.
Yeah, so I wanted to rewatch Summer Belongs to You on the summer
right back.
solstice.
With Chaka Khan.
Chaka Khan was there. Okay, and then oh my god, all the rest of my solos are just the 3 Mission Impossible movies
Yeah,
I
it's
watched.
just Mission. So
It
were
is
they good?
good. So 1 was good, 2 was bad, and 3 was good. So
Wow.
1 was just like, it didn't focus on like Tom Cruise like that much. It kind of just felt like it's an action movie and Tom Cruise was starring in it. But the other movies felt like this is a Tom Cruise movie. Like literally like the second one starts and he's like free soloing in like the Grand Canyon, and then a helicopter shows up and throws down like a pair of sunglasses. He puts them on, it plays the message, he throws them away slow-mo, and the explosion goes into Mission Impossible 2.
Truly a
Awesome.
90s movie. Mission Impossible 2 did come out in the 90s, right?
It feels like a parody of action movies, like how like intense the slow-mo
Oh no,
is,
Mission
and like
Impossible 2 came out in exactly 2000. It wasn't. It was a 2000.
yeah. So yeah, Mission Impossible just felt like too much
They
like
came up 2
generic
years later?
action movie trying to be cool. And then 3 was good. It had good action. It's directed by J.J. Abrams. So yeah, it was good. There was a lot of good mystery in it. But I feel like it focused a lot less on like the actual like heist stuff and a lot just more on like generic action. But yeah, those are the 3 Mission Impossibles. I plan to watch all 8 of them.
I have
so
to catch up too because I also
next
want to
week
watch.
I will watch. I'll watch more like
I
tomorrow.
know there's a
or
big change
another
in the
day.
franchise after like the third one, and there's the first
Yeah.
half, and then the second half's much different.
Yeah.
No, I do also
Yeah,
need
so
to do what Beck is doing and watch them all and then watch the new one.
I do want to get into the Mission Impossible franchise. I just never found like the will to like watch them all.
Yeah, exactly. It's like it's never had the time to watch it.
Yeah.
I feel like.
Is that what more, Beck?
That's it. It was literally just the Mission
Okay,
Impossible
so
movies.
Nicola.
Beck, you finished what's out of Phineas and Ferb, right?
Oh yeah, I finished Phineas and Ferb.
And, yeah, what's your
it's-
thoughts on the season so far?
It's good. Definitely feels like classic Phineas and Ferb. I get what you're saying about the episodes not feeling like they focus on Phineas and Ferb enough.
Yeah.
Didn't notice it in like the first couple, but very much noticed it in like the second half.
Yeah, it's just like, all right, I don't care. Like one of the episodes is about Vanessa and like Major Monogram's like nephew or whatever, because they had a relationship at whatever point. But it's like, I don't care
There's, like-
because it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
There's like a Stacy episode,
There's a Stacy episode, which is, like,
Fireside
cool.
Girls episode.
Fireside Girls episode. There's an episode where it's not even doof. It's like hillbilly doof,
It is.
and it's like, and it's super annoying.
I definitely have noticed like there's a problem where I haven't seen the show in a while, so there's all these like plot lines that I kind of forgot happened. So
Mhm.
I'm just like kind of confused with all of this. Like when they're trying to like bring it back.
Okay. So
What did you think of the Meep episode? Because I thought
I
it was
like the
kind of
Meep
boring.
episode.
I liked it, but I think it was kind of boring, and I think they shoehorned like shots in too hard.
Yeah.
Like especially like the last three that they do, like the Susie shots. It's like, hey, wasn't that supposed to be in the last episode? Because
I thought that one was funny.
It was funny, but like also it felt really unearned because it was like I wanted to like I don't know, it was funny in the first one, but then you do it a second time. I don't know.
But Beck, do you see how like it definitely feels the season feels unnecessary though, right? You can feel that?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that was my main issue that I didn't really continue watching because like I felt like there's nothing like really new territory.
You don't need to watch it. I mean, it's just like if you want
it's definitely
to,
for fans who want
like,
more Phineas and Ferb, but like we're not expecting anything groundbreaking here.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do we have? We have K-pop, F1, Squid Game. Anything else?
Yep.
Euro Trip.
We can do Euro Trip now.
Yeah,
Because
I
it's
think
pretty
so.
quick.
Yeah, Nicola made us all watch
I
Euro
rewatched
Trip.
I made you as if
Yeah.
you
It's a
didn't
good
want
movie.
to.
It's a fun.
You made us
We
all
watched
watch
the
Euro Trip.
unrated cut with all the penises.
And the
That's
boobies.
so true.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a fun like classic 2000s kind of like.
I think it's like
movie.
the epitome
I do think-
of 2000 comedies.
It
I feel
definitely
like it's
is.
one of the
Yeah.
funniest 2000 comedies.
But even if it's not like
Yeah.
the funny,
I think it just hands down one of the funniest comedies in general.
I think it's pretty fun.
See, there are
But I would say it still kind of lacks some kind of quality control. I feel like the script's a bit kind of like all over the place sometimes. It kind of like there's no like real kind of like I mean the story it
But I
tells.
feel like that's the charm.
Yeah, that's kind of the charm that they're
Yeah.
rough around the story. It's not very clean because there is no like real thing. We have a start point. Oh, his broken girl broke up with him and he wants to be with his pen pal, and then the last point of them being together, and the whole movie is just him
Well,
basically.
that's kind of the point.
Yeah,
Like that's the
going
point. It's like,
through
he's like,
Europe.
I'm gonna get to her no matter what. And then like, okay, let's go here. And then I get sidetracked. And it's like, okay, fine, let's try to figure out how to get here. And then I get even more sidetracked. And it's like, okay, how do we get back? And then we get there and they're like, oh, she's the princess is at another castle. So let's go to the other you know?
Yeah, and it works really well as that adventure, but obviously as characters themselves, they don't change all that much. I would say they do have some cool character developments, like his friend he starts like falling in love with like the girl, the nerd really becomes more confident of himself. I would say, yeah, they do some small character developments, but I mean their characters are pretty kind of like static kind of throughout the whole movie. But no, it's a really fun movie, and this movie really shines in its bits and like different cultural situations. Obviously, they're just doing the hell out of the stereotypes, but that's early 2000s, and
Yeah.
that's funny as hell.
So, guys, speaking of movies, the New York Times had a poll for the top 100
I completely
movies
forgot about that.
of the 21st century. And
I don't
it's the
trust anything that says Whiplash is number 60.
It's the most loser list of movies. Like, if you Google top 100 movies of all time, it's all the loser picks. Every single one is like, oh my god, be on the list. You're such just like
guys, the
nerd
Cabinet of Caligari, guys.
The Cabinet of Dr.
No way,
Caligari.
bro.
Hey,
there's a lot of movies on here that like are very good, but like you can tell that the people like the ones that are picked are like super like this one came out very recently. Number 1 is Parasite.
Yeah.
Come on, the best movie of the last 25 years.
Yeah. It's not Parasite.
I don't know.
I feel like that's okay.
It's La La Land. It's obviously
Personally,
La
I feel
La
like
Land.
Parasite being number 1, I don't have that
I mean,
big of a
Parasite
problem
isn't a
with
bad
that.
movie at all, but it's the best of the last 25
The
years.
best of the last 25 years.
well, okay, well, guys, what would you say it would be though?
Oh, La La Land.
I think Spirited Away would have been better.
That's such a loser pick. Stop choosing loser picks, bro.
Bro, have you even seen Spirited Away?
No, but it's a loser pick, Beck.
Oh my
You know it's a loser
It
pick.
is a loser.
Because,
pick.
Beck,
I gotta
that's
say.
number like 8 on the list. Beck, that is literally number 8 on the list. Okay, no, it's number 9. Number 8 is fucking Get Out.
Yeah, no, I don't think
I like
Get
Get
Out
Out.
should be. on there.
Here's top 10. Here's what's the important ones is the top 10. Top 10. Number 10, The Social
like this.
Network. Number 9, Spirited Away. Number 8, Get Out. Number 7, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Number 6, No Country for Old Men. Number 5, Moonlight. Number 4, In the Mood for Love. Number 3, There Will Be Blood. Number 2, Mulholland Drive. Number 1, Parasite.
I don't know, Aiden. I feel like you're a bit too, I don't know, you're Disney-ified a bit here. You know?
I think
Where's
he's justified
Shrek?
on a lot of them.
Where's Shrek on here? Like, just based on cultural significance alone, too. There's like, I don't know.
I don't think they're counting
How many animated movies are on the list?
cultural significance.
Would you believe me if I said every animated movie on here is either just Spirited Away or Pixar?
I could believe you.
Every single movie is Pixar on here, and it's Ratatouille, Up, and WALL-E, I think. Yeah, it's Ratatouille, Up, and WALL-E.
Yeah.
There's also 3 Adam Sandler movies on here.
Crazy. That's fucking nuts.
Or Borat is on
Hey,
here.
Borat's kind of good. Borat's good.
Super Bad is number 100, just barely making the list, which is, I don't think there are so many better Jonah Hill movies and so many better Michael Cera movies.
I know. It feels.
Just quickly speaking of Borat, I started it this week, and let me just say, it is nothing like the storming of September 9th.
No, it's not.
Why?
I have no idea why he said that.
Oh, I can see.
I have no idea why he was
forgot
comparing it to
Corbin said
Borat.
that. Yeah, they are nothing alike. They really are.
No, there's one Marvel movie on here, and it's Black
makes
Panther.
Mm.
But top 100 movies of the
It's
past
not-
25 years.
It's not 100 though. No, I'm gonna say this.
And you had, but if you had to choose one Marvel movie, would you have chosen
would have
Black
picked-
Panther?
I would have picked Infinity
Black
War.
Panther's pretty good, but I would have
Yeah.
picked Infinity War too. Yeah.
Infinity
I would have
War
picked-
or like original
I wouldn't
Avengers.
have, if we were making a list, I wouldn't pick any Marvel movie. But if I were,
Right, I didn't
if
pick
I
a Marvel
were,
movie.
I would pick Iron Man.
Yeah, I think one of the
Yeah, I
older
think-
ones or one of the team up
Iron Man
ones.
just feels
Yeah.
like a really classic sort of movie to put in, and
What are some other? There are some on here that are like, okay, Gladiator. Yeah, that's a top 100 past 25 years movie. Sure,
Nah.
maybe I can understand. Also, there are 4 Christopher Nolan movies on here.
that makes sense. Wait, is I Saw the TV Girl in there?
No, it is
I
not.
was wondering.
Wait, let me grab
why.
something.
Here's all the Christopher Nolan movies on here: Interstellar,
Which, I mean, that makes sense to me.
Oppenheimer,
Oppenheimer is
Memento,
Oppenheimer, no.
Inception, The Dark Knight. That's insane. That is so many. The Dark Knight,
love The Dark.
dude. Top
I would say-
100. I know you love The
Okay,
Dark Knight.
If I were to
but
pick, I
still.
would only pick 2, and it would be Interstellar and The Dark Knight.
Yeah.
That's what I would do.
I think so too. I don't think.
But how does he get
Oppenheimer is-
5
It shouldn't
movies,
be
bro?
5. It should only be 2.
People really like Christopher Nolan, bro.
There's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood
That's a
is
good
on
movie.
here.
That's not the Tarantino.
That's
I
a
would,
good movie.
that's a-
but,
That's not
like,
the Tarantino I would pick though.
exactly.
No, there's. Do you guys remember the movie Gravity?
No.
But it's like
No.
Sandra Bullock.
Yeah, that
like
movie.
Wicked?
That's number 97.
I heard it's pretty good. It's Alfonso Cuarón. It was like very.
But again, top 100 movies of the past 25 years, and it was voted for by Edgar Wright. Bro, you've made better movies than that.
Bro, what about Euro Trip?
Eurotrip's not on
I
here.
think Eurotrip should be in the
Are we
top
sure?
100.
Double check.
I've double checked. I've triple
Okay,
checked.
what about
There's a
what
lot.
about Doom Part 2 though?
Oh, you will be happy to know that Imama Tube Tambien is on here.
Anyway, that's the list on that. But Nicola, let's talk about Squid Game season.
Squid Game season 3.
Nicola, we are not going to do
Game.
a full
Far-
fucking recap like we did last
We
time.
aren't by far the weakest season.
It was, unfortunately, guys. So we'll just.
Most of the characters just didn't really do much.
And
I feel like they didn't change. They didn't.
It was
progress.
the weakest season, and Nicola, I would say this is how I do it. Season 1 was the best because season 1,
By far, yeah.
it's the classic version of the game. It's just like
It's a complete story.
it's a complete. While season 2 and 3 are part 1 and part 2 of like just of a larger season, and obviously they're trying to do more in this season, but it ultimately felt stagnant. Where I do think season 2 was an excellent season of television, but I felt like, well, I do like some things in season 3. It just felt like it didn't feel like it lived up to what it was setting up. So let's kind of small break it down. Jihan, he's like really depressed after kind of
He's depressed because all his friends are dead. His best friend died in front of him, and he kind of feels like it's his fault, but he's also in denial, which comes back to another.
So they're still in the Squid Games, right?
It takes place exactly after season 2.
Yeah, Beck, he and the rest of the people, they never leave the Squid Game.
Yeah. They all.
Because they did the whole
They
like
all
revolution
die.
thing.
Jihan dies by the end of the season.
Yeah. He does somehow. Player 222 used her alt account through the form of the baby to come back, and the baby pushes him off the cliff,
No.
and he dies.
No.
The
No.
baby?
Okay, so Beck,
No, the baby just the baby just sits there.
There's a character who's 222, and she's pregnant, and she was pregnant in season 2, but in this season she gives birth. But after she dies, the baby kind of takes her place, and that's like a really brutal. They, at least with season 3, they go hard into the brutality.
Yeah.
That's something I can appreciate. They don't soften up. They go hard because like there's like it's like a bunch of men. They want to go all kill a baby, and it gets brutal. And even because 222's the father of the child is another player in the game, and he even
is 333, and he is evil.
I'm gonna say
he has no so basically he has the choice. He said, would you rather have 45.6 billion won or save your own child? And he said, man, fuck that child.
Honestly, Nicola, I really one thing I think we should start. This is how we should do it. The pros and the cons of season 3.
Yeah.
So I really enjoyed his character arc. I was like, throughout the entire season, I don't know if you were feeling this, Nicola, but I kept thinking, okay, when is the moment 333? Is that the father?
Yeah, I think his number was 333, yeah.
When in the season is he going to like become the good guy? Because I kept expecting him like, this is the moment.
I was kind of conflicted. I was like, is he like? He was kind of an enigma for me. I couldn't tell like, is he like helping? Does he actually care about the child? Is he actually? And what is he doing?
And like I kept thinking, this is when he's going to save her. Like when they're going to cross the bridge, he's going to help her. He's going to carry her when they do the jump rope, right? That's what I thought.
Yeah.
But every time he just lets down, and like I was really happy when 222 kind of told him off, like because he was just a total monster by the end of the game, and he was really kind of the secret villain of the show.
Like literally, he like it's like Jihan said, he doesn't deserve the money.
Yeah.
And that's part of why he went back. And then I think also one of the pros I liked Ji-hoon's final words, even though they were kind of stupid.
They were good.
He says,
I'm not.
We are not horses. We are humans. Humans are, and then he dies. So he never got to finish the sentence. But it's kind of like the point is like humans are complex. And it's kind of like, because the whole point of the Squid Games was the ideology.
Yeah.
And the frontman was trying to break down and he's saying like humans are greedy, they're evil, they will do anything for money, and they're evil. And he kind of was proven right through players like 333, 100, and like everybody else dying. Yeah. But Ji-hoon with his final act is basically saying like, even if these people exist, there are always some people like him, like me, who will sacrifice ourselves for the innocence, such as the baby, and then he sacrifices himself so the baby will live.
And what's cool?
His final
And what's
His
cool-
final Ji-hoon.
What's cool about that?
his final
What's
Squid Game.
really cool about that is that even though the Squid Game people they win kind of like, even though the whole game gets kind of taken down, they do kind of win, but they lose the moral victory, which is the show's entirely about. It's about the morals. And Ji-hoon, even though he dies, he gets to kind of show it in their faces. Because what was really cool about the shot is that all the VIPs, they're just these greedy people, and they're in front of Ji-hoon as he's about to, like, is he going to drop the baby? They're all expecting him to drop the baby, but he gets to show them off, and that's really cool. And another thing I think of a pro about the season, Nicola, is I really enjoyed the frontman's character. I love
I really like the small part where we got to see a bit of his backstory and how he put Ji-hoon to the test, but I feel like we didn't get to see enough of it. Like, we barely got to see it. We definitely should have seen more.
Yeah, but what was really cool is because they kind of like contrast Ji-hoon and the frontman, because like he's showing that Ji-hoon at the end of the day, he's not as brutal, and it's the Squid Game people that are as brutal. But you ultimately kind of like, because he actually kills the people when he's given the knife in the past, because you get a flashback of number 1 from the season 1 asking, you should do this at nighttime.
He says the exact same speech. He said, everybody else is gonna gang up on you, take this knife, kill them in their sleep, and win the games. And you can see frontman did that, and that's what allowed him to be like, no, like, you will be the next frontman. And he basically gave the same test to Ji-hoon. He said, everybody else is going to try to kill you and the baby. Take the knife, kill them. But Ji-hoon refuses. He doesn't kill them.
And it almost feels like, even though frontman is the leader of the games, it almost feels like he doesn't even want to do these games, but he just feels kind of forced to by these VIPs and like kind of like the system itself, and kind of does a really cool kind of critique where it's like, no,
I got the sense that like Ji-hoon and the frontman did the frontman at least didn't really like Ji-hoon. I think he really did see him as a friend.
He did, but I almost like I think he really felt bad about needing to become this villain guy, and I think it kind of a critique that.
Beck, could you click a little bit quieter?
Okay.
It's a critique that no one person is the really fault of the system. It's the entire system that needs to get burned down. And ultimately, when the Coast Guard comes, at least the Korean version of the Squid Games, that's over.
Yeah.
And
this kind of touches to a couple of my cons. I got 3 cons. I
got some. I'll say
I got a few, but I got 3 main ones. Number 1.
Can I say
the fucking detective guy does fuck all. His entire story arc is nothing. It was pointless. There was literally no reason.
It was pointless, and like they said something really interesting in season 2. It's like, oh, who is this Captain Park guy? Who is he like? How is he connected to the games? He's just their helper. He's just
a helper.
He's just
exactly.
a helper.
And he has a bad CGI dog.
Yeah. He's just their helper.
Second thing, the fucking VIPs, bro.
Oh my fucking god. Guys,
their
becomes
voice acting was awful, and just their entire personalities and writing were awful.
It's like
they were cartoons.
The show becomes almost unwatchable to
every time they speak. It actually sounds like one of those TikTok AI voices.
It's so bad because, like, why do, like, specifically on American voices, it just becomes, it's like they use the dubbing for the dubbing on the we use for, like, the Korean, like, when they have American for when you dub over. It's like they're using the show's dubbing for when you don't want to listen to them actually speak, and they have, like, actual dubs. It's like they use that, but for the actual where they are supposed to speak regular. Speak English.
And also, the writing was so stupid. They were like, I love to hunt these people. It's so fun. You are stupid. You are so sexy when you open your mouth. Says something in Korean. Says something in Chinese. Oh, I love it when you speak Korean. Racist idiot. And then they're done. And then that's like everything they say.
Hey, I have a drink. What if the baby plays too? They speak with no emotion. They're just cartoon characters. And I don't know. It's just like that becomes okay. And now, Nicola, this is kind of my mixed one. I am really mixed on the whole kind of pink guard storyline.
I liked it.
I liked
I feel
it,
like
but like I felt like I don't know. I was just never too connected to
I
her
think
as
it
a
was
character.
cool that we got to see the other side, but I think a part of the reason is that it wasn't as good is because we didn't get as connected because they didn't show enough of it.
Yeah.
I feel like if we was too focused on the main story, which I mean is fine, but like if they showed more of her and like we really did get to see more of her backstory other than just like hearing it briefly, and like we really got to understand her motivation more than just like she lost her daughter, so she wants to help this other person who also lost their daughter or like who might lose their daughter.
Yeah.
Like if we got more than just that, so they could be like, I feel like it would have been better. But like so I like them, but it's just like it's conflicting because it's just like they could have done it better.
Yeah, I think what's my biggest con is that they set up a lot of cool things in season 2 that I don't feel like they really.
They didn't do well. I think season 3 just didn't execute everything season 2 set up.
Yeah, because like they
That was
do this
some of
thing
the
where it's
biggest
like the guy who was like who kind of screwed them all up by not bringing more magazines. He's just
Yeah.
he just lied.
He was just like,
That's it.
oh, he lied. He was just been lying the whole time, which I mean, it was kind of
It
obvious.
was kind
that
of
was,
obvious,
like, the
but
whole thing
like
in
I
season
thought something
2.
more interesting was
Like,
going to happen.
But like, there's going to be something more interesting than just then Ji-hoon would just hunt him down like a serial killer for the entire episode until he dies.
And this is one of my bigger issues of the season. Ji-hun's character is so fucking static.
He does nothing until the last episode.
He does
Like last 2 episodes, maybe. I would say last episode is literally the only thing he actually does anything.
the entire season. He's just staring at like, should I
He
kill this
basically
person?
gets
Should I
back,
kill this?
He gets revived, and then he's like, "Why didn't you kill me? You should have killed me. Fuck you guys!" And they restrain him to the bed, and then he's stuck on the bed the entire time. And literally, all he does is just sit down like this and give death eyes to the guy that he then kills. And then the next episode is he's just hunting down that guy because he's like, "It's your fault. It's your fault." He kills him, and he's like, "It's my fault." And then the next 2 episodes, again, he's just sitting at the bed and doing nothing. And then the final episode, he's like, "I'll take care of this baby because I promised 222. And then he sacrifices himself and the baby wins the Squid Games.
As much as Ji-hun tried to stop, he failed at stopping the Squid Games at a catastrophic
Catastrophic level, yeah.
Like nobody lived. Not a single person except for the
Nobody
baby.
except the baby. The baby is the only one that lived.
And I guess
was
116.
And yeah. But then this gives my biggest con. I think it's your biggest con too. The fucking ending, the last fucking 5 minutes when they're in LA because Ji-hoon's daughter is in LA and the frontman is returning the Ji-hoon stuff to the daughter. Is like, he wanted you to have this and I want to let you know he died. And then he drives away. He rolls down his window and he looks in an alleyway, and whatever famous actor woman, I forgot her name.
They get fucking Kate Blanchett for the last
Kate
5
Blanchett.
minutes of the
Yes,
show.
Kate Blanchett is doing the fucking, the iconic thing, the dachi, and he's doing that with some random guy in America. And then they look at each other, they like nod at each other, and then he rolls up the window, and that's how it ends. And it's like building up to the American Squid Game. And then I saw this on Instagram. I put it in general. This Squid Game cinematic universe. I don't know if this is real,
I don't think it's real.
but I saw it. I don't.
It's
okay,
not.
good.
It's not real.
As I was looking, I was like, "That's so stupid." If that was real,
No, it's fake. But
okay.
God, it's just I get the idea of doing that, but I feel like it's showing how capitalism kind of lives on. The games, they always live on. But I don't know, it's just to
Yeah.
dedicate your last few moments to just kind of hyping up another version and like.
Oh, that's like never gonna be as good as the original.
Yeah, I just felt like
It's like,
I
yeah.
want something like, honestly, just do that. You could have just done that in Korea, showing the games live on there still. Or like,
Yeah.
but just to do an American one, it's just like, I don't know, it just felt weird.
It's so, I don't know. It kinda sucked.
Was gonna be honest, I think my problem with Ji-hun is that in season 2, he had so much like character agency, and he went from action to inaction from season 2 to 3.
Yeah.
And I just like, he became a nothing character. Beck, I cannot tell you how many times he just holds a knife to someone and is like, Like, just stares him in
Should
the
I
face.
kill
Should I
them?
kill them?
No.
No.
Yeah.
Guys, do I kill a guy?
No, also, G-Line has unrealistic expectations the whole season. Like, guys, we can solve this together. Bro, no, you need to kill someone to finish this game. It's like,
Yeah.
no, I'm just gonna wait. I'm just gonna wait. Oh, okay. Now that I have to kill you, I will kill you. Yeah. It's like, it's kind of disappointing, but I think you can take it at like full face value. This whole show, it's been a great experience
It's been good, yeah.
in television, and I'm glad. I think television is better for having it.
Yeah.
K-pop.
K-pop.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
speaking
Oh, we
of
can-
speaking of the front man,
The
because he
frontman
did so
is
much in this one.
Like the voice
K-pop
actor?
Demon
K-pop
Hunters.
Demon Hunt.
He voice acts
yeah.
the main villain.
He plays the main guy.
Yeah.
The fire guy.
So
the-
K-pop.
The Demon King.
So K-pop Demon Hunters came out on the same day as Elio, and it is a Sony animation film. So Sony Pictures Animation sometimes hits it big,
yeah.
and then sometimes they forget to make a good movie.
Yeah. Give us some
Um,
examples.
So lucky for us, we got a good movie this time.
Yeah.
So bad movies from them include Open Season, The Smurfs, Goosebumps, I guess, is Sony Pictures Animation. Surf's Up 2,
Surf's Up 2 is
The
fire.
Emoji
What do you mean?
Movie.
Emoji Movie? Everybody loves Emoji
The
Movie.
Star, Peter Rabbit. Sometimes they make good movies like Mitchell's versus the Machines or Spider-Man,
Yeah.
or sometimes they release something like Garfield that they co-produced.
Garfield was awesome. What do you mean? We had such a good time
So
watching
it wasn't though. So they dropped a movie on Netflix, and it's called K-pop Demon
It is
Hunters,
called that.
and it's really fucking good.
It's my number 2 movie of the year so far.
I forgot to put it on my list of movies.
I forgot you guys do lists on Letterboxd.
Yeah, it is quite good.
It wasn't good.
There's
It
not-
was, for an animated movie, it was good.
Oh my god,
What
this
do you
guy
mean
sucks.
for an animated movie?
So,
It was
you know,
good.
animated is always like, it's a form for children, you know?
Right, my
You know,
bad.
it's a kids.
I
It's for
forgot.
kids.
I forgot about animation only being for children. You know, thank you for reminding me.
Yeah.
Wow.
The children really picked up on the subtlety of the incest art.
They did.
So was it? I don't think
I
it
don't
was.
think
It wasn't. That was one of my problems with it was they
Was
didn't
that
go
they
into
didn't
like the
have
dad.
incest.
What?
I know. Such a big issue for Beck.
So yeah, the movie's very good. It's about these 3 girls who are like demon hunters, and they're K-pop girls, and like there's our destiny or whatever to save the world. But one of them is actually part demon
She's half
because her
demon.
dad was
Her
a
dad
demon.
was a demon.
And it's a race and I think sexuality allegory about keeping the bad parts of you hidden, which is like, that's cool. I think it was good, and the animation is very stylized.
Animation,
and very good.
yeah, it's very
The,
exaggerated. I thought it was really good.
It's very funny. There's a lot of just like really good humor moments. The character interactions are really nice and genuine. I think the third act breakup was kind of annoying, but you knew it was going to happen
Yeah.
from like literally day 1 of the movie.
Yeah.
I thought it was quite good though. I think the music kind of sucked ass for it being a movie about. No, it
I
didn't
really
suck
liked the
ass.
music.
I liked the
But
music,
the entire
but it
time
could
I
have
was
been a
listening
lot
to the
better.
music, I was like, this is something Beck Lyons would like and play in his car, and that's not good.
Like the music is good. I think the final song is really
it fits
good.
the movie, but I would
Um,
never want to listen to it outside of the movie.
And I think it's not good enough for like the whole thing being about like they have to sing so good that they save the world.
Yeah. That's yeah.
These guys just don't get it.
This guy just.
I
has
think
bad
I do
movement
get it. I
memory.
think I just
You
explained.
see, if they went out
problem
there
I
and
had.
performed Machine Love or Chicken Brain or Bird Brain, sorry,
True.
or any other Vocaloid song, I think they would have been so much better. If they just had instead of the characters we had, it was just Miku, Teto, and Neru, and they were fighting demons, that would be awesome. And they performed triple
I
baka at
think-
the end, and that's how they make it a golden. That would be awesome.
I think a problem this movie also has is that the main characters have so little backstory to them.
That
And
yeah.
so little kid, like it's literally like she's the happy girl, she's the serious girl, and she's the main
What do you mean?
character.
They say it in their
And,
song.
like,
They
that's
say it
their-
in the song. One of them was an outcast from the family because she was too punk. One of them lived in America and learned how to rap, and one of them is the daughter of the former demon hunters. That's
it. That's all we know. That's everything.
That's their entire character.
They
That's all you-
yeah.
They're
I
so
definitely- I wanted
they're
more
so
backstory.
one-dimensional. The best character in the movie is by far the villain.
Yeah,
Guy.
yeah. Just because he actually has.
What
a
is his name?
character.
Ginny. Because he actually has a character. But I think the way that they kill him at the end was kind
It
of.
was so stupid.
It was
in my
so
opinion.
confusing. Like what?
I
he-
thought they were gonna
They also
beat him together, but he just
dies.
sacrifices
he just fucking
himself.
dies. They built up all the sexual.
And they don't linger on. He just dies, and he's like, "All right, you can have my soul." And he dies, and then they
turns
don't
into a
talk
soul.
about
he
it
goes
ever.
Super Saiyan and kills the big.
And then
bad.
the movie just
And
ends,
the movie
and
ends.
it's like, it's such an anticlimactic ending. I feel
yeah.
for how serious it gets. Like the whole world gets brainwashed by the
We don't
demons,
see the
and then they
whole
show
world.
up and
We
sing a
just
song,
we
and then
just see
everyone.
the city in Korea. That's all we see.
Okay, but I feel like we could assume that everyone that's tuning into this live stream.
Maybe. It's not shown on camera, therefore it can't be true.
Right. Anyway, I think there was a lot of other. I think the rest of the movie was good, minus the ending and just how shallow the characters were.
Great talk, guys.
But please watch that. Please
Still-
watch that movie.
Still second best movie of the year.
Please watch
Behind
that
F1,
movie.
of course, because it's the F1 movie.
So
No.
that's the end of the episode.
That's
Yes,
not
stay-
real.
stay
we've
tuned
gone
for
too
next
late.
time.
Pretty major movie. It's still relevant this week.
No,
so we should
because
talk
you're
about
you're gonna rewatch F1, so we need to
True,
wait until you
you're
have your full
also
thoughts.
rewatching
You know?
F1. No, you already did rewatch F1.
Well, you
but-
haven't rewatched it, Nick.
Yeah,
so
we're
we're waiting
need
for
to
you
wait
to
for you to
rewatch
We'll
it.
wait for
Yeah, yeah.
Wednesday.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right, well,
So
remember
have a
to
good
always
night.
use Celsius.
watch
Is
K-pop
that the
Demon
wreck?
Hunters.
What's the wreck, though?
That's the rack.
I guess
Yeah,
the
that's
rec
the
is K-pop
recommendation.
Demon Hunters.
I just want to
if
say,
Not
you're a
Squid
little
Game.
baby, if you're a little baby who watches cartoons,
I just want to say,
Okay. Nicola, didn't you give it 4
always
stars?
use Celsius.
Give it 3.5.
Don't stop.
That's still very high
Don't
for
stop
Nicola.
running away from
Yeah.
your problems. Always use Celsius.
guys, remember, we aren't horses. We are humans.
Human-
and humans are.
Guys,
Always
remember
using
to
Celsius.
follow the principles of the Liver King. It's eat
Remember.
raw meat and domestic terrorism.